What's going on, everybody? I hope you are all having a fantastic day.
Yep, that's me, ready to make my first ever video, crooked iPhone camera and all. You'd probably find it hard to believe that this absolute train wreck turned into a $1 million business that I legitimately started in my parents' basement. Yeah, I still don't believe it either. So here's the crazy story of how that happened. Before we get too far into the weeds on all this, let's first make a few things clear. First of all, revenue does not equal profit. And yes, I'm very proud of the fact that we've now done over $1 million in revenue, but just remember that bragging about revenue is like bragging about the number of dates you've been on. At the end of the day, does it really matter if it all goes to nothing?
He has a point.
Anyway, I'm gonna go through step by step exactly how I pulled this off and some of the valuable lessons that I learned along the way, but let me be clear that I am by no means some business guru. This is just what I've done and what has worked for me and is not gonna be some highly optimized Six Sigma bullcrap. And if you have no idea what Six Sigma is, then you're in the right place.
Knowledge.
Okay, so most of you probably know me from this Magnified Money YouTube channel, which I started over 5 years ago and posted 3 videos per week on consistently for years. And it was that consistency of horrible video after decent video after good video that allowed me to learn many of the skills that I later used to build my business. I had absolutely no background in video production or writing or anything like that, so everything was self-taught from day one, which was pretty obvious.
And of course, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos just like this one.
Yikes.
And while this YouTube channel is largely what sparked my interest in digital media and showed me how it could be monetized, it's actually a very small piece of that $1 million in revenue, which actually brings me to the first lesson I've learned, which is don't create a business, create value, and the business will follow. I had zero intention of creating a business from the start of all this. To be honest, I just wanted to be a YouTuber, whatever the heck I thought that was at 19 at the time. And for years, that was the goal. But after I ran into some major ad serving limits on this channel and burnout after posting 3 videos per week for years, I slowed down for a bit, and that gave me a chance to pivot and focus more on video production and digital media as a service instead of just this one YouTube channel. And that changed everything. Me communicating value through my own videos is one thing, but being able to then apply that skill set to help others promote their own products or services is a whole new world of possibilities and opportunity. So there's certainly nothing wrong with creating a business plan and setting up that legal and financial structure and getting all of your branding ironed out. But if you're more worried about all of that stuff than actually creating value in the marketplace, then you might want to reevaluate your priorities. The funny thing is, after spending so much time working with companies to communicate their product's value through their own videos, I was then able to apply those best practices to advertising in my own content, like with today's video sponsor, Rocket Money. Come on, I mean, did you really not see that coming? But seriously, if you haven't heard me talk about this incredible app before, Rocket Money is an all-in-one budgeting and finance app that allows you to link all of your financial accounts under one platform, including your bank accounts, investments, and any other assets or liabilities like a mortgage or student debts. And it gives you a real-time way of tracking your debt payoff progress and or net worth right from your smartphone. Not to mention the fact that they'll give you catered suggestions on how you can better manage your spending, allow you to track your credit score, and even offer unique features like their subscription cancellation service that can cancel unused subscriptions with just a few taps on your phone, and their bill negotiation tool where they will help negotiate and lower bills on your behalf. Rocket Money customers save up to $740 per year when they use all of the app's premium features. I've personally used Rocket Money for over 2 years now, well before they ever reached out to me, and not only did it help me pay off my personal debt, but it's really been my sidekick through the entire growth of my business. Being able to track my personal net worth in real time right from my smartphone made this whole journey feel like a fun game and gave me a lot of motivation to keep working hard on the business side of things. Not to mention, it has single-handedly saved me hundreds of dollars in canceled subscriptions that I had completely forgotten about. So if you want an easy way to track your net worth and better your financial situation under one app, cancel those unused subscriptions, and even lower your bills, then be sure to check out Rocket Money using the first link down in the description. All right, let's get back to the video. So oddly enough, once I slowed down a bit on this YouTube channel and stepped off the hamster wheel, I was able to diversify our streams of income a bit more, and that's when things really started to take off. So never never be afraid to slow down so that you can speed up. My dad used to always say that you should work smart and not hard, and logically that always made sense to me, but I never really understood what that phrase meant until I worked incredibly hard for those first few years, but quickly reached the ceiling of how much value I could create. And it wasn't until I slowed down, started looking at my skill set as a business instead of just a YouTube channel, and brought on some team members, many of whom are still with us to this day, to help edit content and bring on new clients and manage the many projects that we have going on at any given time at a level that I could never do on my own, that we truly started to work smart and hard. Oh, did I mention that up until this point in the story, I also had a regular 9-to-5 job as a business analyst? Yeah, it's no wonder that I got burned out so quickly. More on that in a second. But at this point, we've got a business. But if building a $1 million company was that simple, well, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. Like I said, we got smacked with ad serving limits month after month for reasons that still make no sense to me this day. We cast the net so wide that we got in over our heads on so many projects that we had no expertise on, and we even had an accountant make a simple clerical mistake on a tax form that turned into a $50,000 filing error. No one said building a business would be fun. But on a brighter note, I finally got this circus out of my parents' basement and went from basement studio to home studio to mobile studios all over the world, while I traveled for several months to the brand new studio that I'm sitting in right now. I mention all of this because whether it's a $50,000 roadblock or physically rebuilding your space over and over and over again, the one thing I never did was quit. Videos would flop, clients would vanish without paying, equipment would break, quotes would be rejected because I was too young or too fill in the blank. But I just woke up every morning and did the next right thing. As the old phrase goes, there's only one way to eat an elephant, and that's one bite at a time. And building a successful business is no different. And if you're exhausted just listening to all of this, then you can imagine how I was feeling at this stage in the business. And to be honest, I was starting to fall out of love with the video creation process and was experiencing the dreaded B word, burnout. But literally within weeks of those thoughts starting to creep in, I saw this life-changing clip.
So to help us achieve this goal, we are hiring 6 full-time people this year. Everything from more writers to people who are gonna be making social media content. So if you or anyone you know is interested in joining the Daily Drop team, we will leave a link with all the open positions in the description below.
If you're wondering who the heck that was, that's Kara and Nate, who have one of the largest travel channels on YouTube and are quite literally the reason I decided to leave my 9-to-5 job and go travel the world with my wife. Needless to say, I had and still have a ton of admiration for them. So when I heard that they were hiring a video creator several years ago for their second channel, Daily Drop, it was literally like the stars aligned. It really was the perfect example of success is when preparation meets opportunity. And I was honest with them for the first meeting that I wasn't looking for another 9-to-5 job, but I did have this digital media machine of systems and team members that could create the exact type of content that they needed. And it just so happened that I love travel and the whole world of miles and points. So yeah, if you want to learn more about all of that, you can go check out the Daily Drop channel that I'll link to below, where I spend a majority of my time these days. But beyond just being an amazing opportunity to travel more, what Daily Drop really gave us was the consistency in our business that we just didn't have since leaving our 9-to-5 jobs. But the funny thing is, I have this very firm rule in business and in life in general that a single client or source of income cannot be more than 25% of our total income or revenue. Others use a slightly different number, but this essentially means that I will not put all of our eggs in one basket, because I've been there before in the past, and when stuff goes wrong, it really goes wrong. So bringing Daily Drop on as our then largest clients meant that we had to go out and grow the revenue of the business elsewhere to make sure that no single client was more than 25% of our revenue. And really, since that major turning point about 1.5 years ago, not much else has changed, which I guess is the beauty of building those automated systems and hiring the right team members, and also loving the work that we now do. Because again, a lot of my time now is spent traveling for Daily Drop and shooting content and managing our team and different projects, and those are all things that I absolutely love. And yeah, I know this video has already been full of a bunch of cliche quotes and info, but it is really true that if you love the work that you do it does stop feeling like work, and it just feels like the thing that you enjoy spending your time doing. Time that you enjoy wasting is not wasted time, and in my opinion, work that you enjoy is the same way. So yeah, that's our crazy roller coaster of a story. I definitely glossed over some things for the sake of not boring you to death, and no, I definitely don't have it all figured out, and this isn't the story of some kid who wrote the software for Facebook in his college dorm room, but hopefully it is a bit more relatable than that, and my hope is that something from this 10-minute ramble that you just listened to could be the spark that sets your life on a new path. Remember, all you can do is just make that next right move. Be sure to check out Rocket Money using that first link down in the description, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.